Hey there, fashion enthusiasts. Welcome back to another Threadicated review. If you haven't seen my previous Threadicated videos, I recommend checking those out for more details on how it works. Since my last video, Threadicated has revamped their selection process and increased their styling fee from $59 to $79. Now you have the option to preview the pieces selected for you and choose your favorites to be sent directly to your doorstep. Here's the breakdown. First, preview and choose. Take a peek at the curated selection the stylist has prepared for you. Pick 5 to 10 items that match your style and preferences. These selections will be shipped to you. Second, you share your feedback. Unsure about some choices or want more options? Provide feedback and Threadicated will hand select additional styles tailored to your preferences without extra styling fees. And also, you can just surprise me. If you prefer a surprise or miss the 24-hour preview window, Threadicated will curate 5 styles that align perfectly with your style, body shape, and budget. Let's dive into my preferences and see how this updated approach works out. For this package, I asked for a short black skirt to replace some skirts in my closet, a beige/taupe blazer from the Soft Summer palette, and some black denim shorts that were a little more on the longer and looser side. I also wanted to explore more muted colours from the Soft Summer palette. This time round, I received an email from my stylist Tiff asking for any specifics I would like her to focus on in this package. She also reminded me to update sizes, budget and preferences on the website if needed. I mostly mentioned the same things back to her and included some photos of the black skirts I had in my wardrobe already that I was looking to replace. I also shared the outfits I planned to pair with the black skirt and some inspiration pics of the beige blazer outfits I wanted to create with my new pieces. In the My Colour app, you can personalize your season color palette and delete any colors you aren't particularly fond of. I sent her a more specific palette of colors that I liked from the Soft Summer palette. I ordered my parcel on April 27th, received an email from my stylist on the 4th of May, and she sent my preview through that same day. The top 5 picks included a pleated black miniskirt, black denim shorts, an oversized blazer, beige top, and a lace short skirt. I had mentioned to my stylist that I was looking for a leather pleated skirt, but she couldn't find an exact match. Instead, she offered a gorgeous alternative in chiffon. While I didn't mind the skirt, the chiffon material didn't quite give me the vibe I was going for. Initially, I was tempted to select it and give it a try, but upon further consideration, I decided against it. I did, however, choose to try the black raw hemline shorts along with an alternative pair that she sent. As I looked at the pictures, I noticed that both pairs were slightly longer and less loose than I had intended. Nevertheless, I'm curious to see how they fit and feel once I try them on. Moving on to the blazer selection. The one she picked didn't quite match the Soft Summer palette I had in mind. It leaned more towards a warm brown tone. However, when I saw the leather paper bag skirt in the preview, I fell in love with it instantly. The only downside was the price tag, which exceeded my typical budget for a skirt. Still, considering it as a replacement for 3 black skirts in my closet, I decided to give it a try, with the hope that it may not work out perfectly, allowing me to reconsider purchasing it. Due to the higher cost of the leather skirt, I opted to select just 4 pieces for this parcel. The other options included a dark wash denim miniskirt, a hot pink singlet, described as muted but still appearing quite bright to me, and an off-the-shoulder top in forest green, which I found appealing but ultimately decided against adding it to my selection. I just didn't really need it. So while this parcel turned out to be quite neutral in terms of colours and styles, I'm eagerly anticipating trying them all on and seeing how they fit into my wardrobe. Now all that's left is to wait for them to arrive. We'll see how long that takes for me, but for you, it's here right now. The parcel arrived on May 13th. I didn't film the unboxing this time since I already knew its contents, making it feel unnecessary. Additionally, there are builders constantly working on a new house across the road, causing a lot of noise near my filming room. This is why I opted for voice-over audio, which tends to result in better quality recordings. Now, let's dive into the clothing pieces I received. The first pair of shorts pleasantly surprised me as they were looser than expected based on the picture, which was a plus. The length was fine, but I noticed that the raw hem was a bit uneven and needed trimming. While the fit and style were good, I found myself not completely sold on them. It took me a while to figure out why, until I compared them to my other black denim pieces, and realized I prefer a more acid washed or faded look for added dimension. Interestingly, my other black denim pieces appeared more charcoal than black, which actually complements a summer color palette better. This realization led me to return the shorts, since I wasn't entirely convinced. The second pair of black shorts shared similarities with the first. However, there were some key differences that influenced my decision. Firstly, the absence of a raw hem was a drawback for me, as I prefer that style. Unlike the first pair, these shorts lacked metal details around the pockets, which I actually preferred. However, they were tighter around the hips and thighs, making me nervous about potential shrinkage in the wash. Moreover, the solid black colour presented the same issues I had with the previous pair. Consequently, I opted not to keep this pair either. The rounded square neck top turned out to be quite a surprise when I unboxed it. Its colour was significantly darker than what I had anticipated from the pictures, and it also had a warmer hue, contrary to my cool neutral colour preferences. After scanning it with the My Colour app, it confirmed to me that it didn't match well with any of my suggested colours. I don't necessarily stick to my soft summer colour palette to the T. I still have mustard yellows and rust oranges in my wardrobe that I will wear because I love them, whether they suit me the best or not. However, cooler tones are something I am aiming for with new pieces coming into my wardrobe. If I love something, the colour wouldn't stop me. However, although the material was sturdy and felt nice to wear, I wasn't convinced that the sleeves were flattering on my arms. Consequently, I decided to return this item as well. Finally, the much anticipated leather skirt. While I was initially enamored with its appearance in the pictures, the high price tag made me scrutinize its fit and feel. Although the length was just right and the fabric felt luxurious, I noticed that it tended to bunch up around my hips with movement. This, coupled with the fact that it didn't accentuate my waist but rather added bulk to my midsection, making it look kind of rectangular, led me to return it. Even after previewing and selecting my favourite pieces, I ultimately returned them all. The realisation about the black denim came a bit late, but serves as a lesson learned. With the increase in styling fees, I'm hesitant to purchase packages as I've always been pretty savvy at finding what works for me. The surprise element, which was a big draw, feels diminished now, although having the choice from the 10 pieces helped increase the chances of finding something suitable. What are your thoughts on this new styling process? Would you pay the higher fee? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's continue the conversation there.